What is up, everybody? Is am I live? I guess I'm live. Yo, what's up, y'all? Yeah, man. I wonder how y'all feel about this, man. Like, I've known this all along for the last couple of years, but now it's confirmed. Like, Daisy Ridley, she said that Star Wars basically, the new Star Wars trilogy basically didn't have a plan. And like, from what I knew from like The Last Jedi, like it was obvious. Especially when you can compare like how The Last Jedi was compared to The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker was a complete retcon of The Last Jedi, because The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson basically wanted to subvert our expectations and basically just said F it to the Star Wars mythology. So yeah, a lot of this blame goes right to Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, and especially Rian Johnson for ruining a billion-dollar franchise. What's good, CSK? Yo, what do you think about this, man? What do you think about Star Wars, man? Man, they really just spilled the beans, man. Like, this sequel trilogy had no plan. Basically, like, they had a plan from George Lucas, but they threw it away and did their own thing. Basically, the whole thing was basically the Force is female, Mary suing the Rey character, and now the actress Daisy Ridley is basically spilling the beans that basically the whole Palpatine idea was brought up by J.J. Abrams in like the last minute during the Rise of Skywalker shoot. That it wasn't the plan all along. Like, my first guess about what Rey really was a Kenobi. That was my first thought. Like, she was a continuation of the Kenobi line, but then Rian Johnson threw that away with The Last Jedi by saying like she's a nothing, and then J.J. Abrams retconned that, which turned out to be a huge mess. And just, man, they really messed up big time on Star Wars, man. But here's the interview where she reveals about Star Wars, a lot of insightful things about this franchise.
My first guest put up with my countless nagging questions about Star Wars. Daisy, hello Daisy. As you see, I've been perfecting the British dialect for you, love. So this is your first talk show since The Rise of Skywalker came out. That's kind of insane. I feel honored.
Yeah, what do you think about this, man? What do you think about Star Wars not really having a plan, that new series?
We got pretty used to keeping the secrets, so it feels...
You and me, or just the cast? Because I felt really good about keeping them as well.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is what I know you're going to talk about. You wanted to come to the set when we were filming, and it never worked out.
Okay.
Then we were doing additional photography, and I said, Tom, it's a massive spoiler. If you come, it's a huge spoiler, but it would be great if you did. And you came.
Daisy, wait a second.
Say what?
Okay, I know there was a scheduling conflict. I know that I showed up on a day where you told me we call that hate. So, Daisy, I want to ask you, I just found this out. Have you been keeping Rey's secret from the beginning? Did you know about the parentage? Like, tell me about that.
Let's hear about
when
this.
you found out.
No. At the beginning, there was toying with like an Obi-Wan connection, and then it really went. There were like different versions, and then it really went to that she was no one. And then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched me the film and was like, "Oh yeah, Palpatine's grand."
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh yeah, Palpatine. It's like they were making it up as they were going along. Really? A billion-dollar franchise with a dedicated fan base for 40 years, and the creators just didn't have the care for the story. It just basically came up with stuff out. Basically, just had no plan for what they wanted to do with the series. Wow.
And I was like, awesome. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, oh, we're not sure. So it kept changing. So then even I filming and I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be.
Until
unbelievable.
And from the beginning, did you know about
versions? And then it really went. So then even I filming.
Sorry about that.
Who else was Olaf amongst the possible parents, or?
I think Olaf was, yeah. Just a galaxy far, far away. He was in different. It was a darker time.
Yeah, she's very open and candid. Fake smile.
Still pestering you? Are people still asking you questions all the time? Are they still bugging you about it, or have you found that your life has sort of found some sort of normalcy?
We were leaving the premiere, and the group of people I was with were going, "So you buried the lightsaber, so you're going back?" And I was like, no, it's all good. But like, you were there with BB-8? And I was like, no, that's not the point. The point was it's the end of the trilogy. But people literally, as we were leaving, you were there, from the film to the party, were asking questions.
What I love about that story is that you had to do it with an American dialect, that the people that you were impersonating were clearly all Americans. Now, I still have some pressing questions for you. I hope you don't mind. So, if Palpatine's your grandfather, who exactly is your grandmother in that scenario?
Clueless.
You tell me, Josh.
Oh man, she was completely clueless, and that's who her parents, who her character's parents was. That's an absolute failure of the whole production team, the writing team, the director, and especially Kathleen Kennedy, because basically the character Rey was a projection of Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know how she has managed to keep her job losing all of this money. She's a huge net loss for the company. It's unbelievable how she's still around. She's supposed to have some serious blackmail on Bob Iger or something, man, or like Bob Iger's still like held down by wokeness. Like he doesn't want to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy because like Kathleen Kennedy was screaming like, "I'm a strong woman, you can't fire me." And then like, you know what I'm saying, like the woke folks on Twitter like, "Save Kathleen Kennedy, save Kathleen Kennedy." That's what I'm feeling, because like any other situation like this should be gone, especially after The Last Jedi, which I mean we all know The Last Jedi was a total disaster. And lost a huge amount of Star Wars fans, especially like when the next film, I think Solo came out. It got way less box office than the Last Jedi. I'll show you the box office mojo in a minute.
You like, by the way, Daisy, do you like the fact that like just this is the new way of doing a talk show with just like helicopters in the background sounding like the cartel is about to just get busted as I'm in this random house?
Josh, okay.
I wondered if you added the sound effects, and I was like, no, I guess it's LA and they're in helicopters.
Daisy, what is next for you? I'm so.
All right. Yeah, and the thing is, like, Daisy really can't even. It's hard for her to even find other acting work because she's been basically typecast as Rey. Yeah, like oh yeah, Palpatine's your granddad. I mean, it's like they had no respect for the franchise, no respect for the mythos. And they basically just took a big man. They really flipped the finger to all of us. Basically, like our criticisms, they basically labeled us as like Republicans, alt-right, Trump supporters, just by, you know what I'm saying, just by criticizing how bad the movie was made. You know what I'm saying? Like the production team used like identity politics to shield themselves from criticism. That's a basic reason for identity politics. It's basically a way to shield yourself from criticizing, where you can basically say or do whatever you want because you're that identity. You know what I'm saying? Like me being a black guy, like you criticize me, you're racist. And Kathleen Kennedy's part, like her incompetence can just be shielded by like, well, I'm a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like a hardcore feminist. That's basically how she shielded herself from getting fired for incompetence. Yeah. Yeah, but let me show you the box office mojo for the Star Wars trilogy. I prefer using DuckDuckGo to compare to Google. I mean, because Google has a strong bias. Yeah, I get paid by Google, so I don't want to be too loud about it. But that's all I'm going to mention. I'm going to go with Disney Star Wars. And it's really telling, like, the actors are done with Star Wars too, man. Like Oscar Isaac, Struwefit, John Boyega. You know he's Struwefit. He's been open about it for like the last year or so, like shitting on Raylo, basically calling him out for like not having. I mean, basically, to me, Finn got wasted. Finn got wasted, big time. I mean, because he had a unique storyline about him, like he was a stormtrooper who could have possibly been a Jedi. Like the Force Awakens was setting up for Finn to be a Jedi, but Rian Johnson took a big, just ripped up JJ's ideas, basically wasted Finn in a relationship with Rose Tico, and then had them like on their own little adventure going through the casino, which was a really terrible scene. It really took away from the plot of The Last Jedi, along with other disasters. But yeah, man, John Boyega was like, he hit the deuces on that franchise. He's done. But yeah, let's look at the gross of these movies. Yeah, let's see. Let's see The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens got really good box office. You know what I'm saying? Because it was fresh, but it was very derivative of Episode 4, New Hope. But yeah, it hit really high on it went really high domestically, not almost close to $1 billion. International did really well, except for China. And worldwide, that was $2 billion. And as you see from the first week, and as you see, it wasn't like a really huge drop off from like the first to the second week. It came out during Christmas week. It was not like a huge drop off. So yeah, I mean, Force Awakens did very well. I mean, it was like what? It was like 10, I think around like 10 years. I mean, it was the first Star Wars movie. It brought back the old cast. It brought back Han, Leia, Chewie, Luke, and all that. So yeah, it had that nostalgic value. And they tried to bring in new fans, you know what I'm saying, by the new characters. I mean, Finn was entertaining in The Force Awakens. Rey was, your Mary Sue. And Kylo Ren, it was interesting. I mean, it was interesting seeing Kylo Ren. You've seen the movie. Seeing Kylo Ren kill Han Solo's pops. That was an interesting twist. Like Han Solo being the pops of Kylo Ren, the main villain, or the tragic villain, or yeah. But let's compare that with The Last Jedi, which was a total. Oh, look how worse it did domestically. Only 620 million worldwide, 712, and it got almost 1 million less than The Force Awakens, because it really turned off a lot of Star Wars fans, especially the hardcore fans. And look how big this drop is. This is probably one of the most massive weak drops I have seen for a blockbuster movie. Look at that, 38.4%. Compare that to The Force Awakens. Man, my brain is just fried. Yeah, I'm gonna click back on The Force Awakens and I'm just gonna compare windows, make it easier. Let's see, The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah. Last Jedi. Sorry about that. I mean, what do you guys think? Where is on here? Anybody on here? Ah, guess not. Alright, let's this thing load. Massive 38% drop in the first week. The first week, the drop wasn't as massive. Yeah, it was only an 80% drop. That's still a bad drop. Yeah, it kind of shows like, and then The Rise of Skywalker got, let's say, slightly less than The Last Jedi, and worldwide did like 300,000 words, so it didn't really lose that much fan base compared to The Last Jedi. But as you see, like, yeah, the drop off wasn't as massive as The Last Jedi, but yeah. But yeah, they really effed up on a $4 billion franchise. Especially when you compare it to the Lucas Star Wars films, where it's more constant. It's unbelievable. It's so baffling how Disney just, I mean, how much of a disaster the Star Wars Disney trilogy was. Especially with all the good momentum Force Awakens has, but somehow in her right mind she chose Rian Johnson I mean seriously. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, might as go learn. Oh no, let's go to Twitter and see what they say about it. Let's look up Twitter. I just want to show y'all some funny memes. Then I'll probably wrap up the stream. See, I have no viewers. But yeah, man, whoever's watching, oh damn, I'm contradicting myself, but yeah, this is ridiculous. Let's read some Twitter memes on here. Yeah. Oh, Daisy Ridley is supposed to be Ray Kenobi, then Ray Nobody, and Ray Palpatine, the worst plan written trilogy in history of cinema. Kathleen Johnson, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams. Every day more proof is surfacing on how you blew it. Yeah. They toyed. It was the original idea of a lot of people who had theories that Ray was a Kenobi, you know what I'm saying? Because you can see the signs, and it would have been an interesting twist on the Star Wars mythos, but the great Kathleen Kennedy decided, oh no, we gotta switch it up. We gotta make her nobody, and then they gotta make her a Palpatine. Wow, what a bunch of clowns. It was a last minute decision. I mean, it literally was, because we didn't really, because basically the main villain being set up for the new series was Snow. It was supposed to be Snow, but Rian Johnson just killed him off to subvert expectations. And you heard about Palpatine in passing in The Last Jedi, so his appearance in The Rise of Skywalker was just sudden and random. Like, well, how do you show up? I mean, seriously, like, if you compare like The Last Jedi, the end of The Last Jedi, to the beginning of The Rise of Skywalker, there's zero connection. There's zero narrative connection of both movies. It's just like the Rise of Skywalker totally retconned The Last Jedi. I think her being no one choose Skywalker name with the most impact will drive us home. Yeah, they really revealed they had no plan all along, and now it's all came out, and that's how it all came out. The Star Wars, the Disney sequel trilogy was an absolute disaster. And basically, they lost a huge portion of Star Wars fans. I mean, including the new Star Wars fans and the old school the Star Wars fans who are completely done with anything Star Wars. I mean, except for maybe The Mandalorian. I mean, personally, I like The Mandalorian. It was a fun old school series, not much identity politics, and Baby